284, message received.
Hey, I'm Baz, filmmaker, dad, and the guy behind 20 Minute Gamer. If you're anything like me, you don't have hours to sink into every game, and that's why I test whether a game can hook you in just those first 20 minutes. No bailouts, no backup, just me and the clock. Today I'm playing a game called The Precinct, which is freshly released on Steam. Now, I've always been partial to strategy sims, think theme hospital or theme park, but mix that with a cop drama genre and you've got my full attention. When I saw the trailer, it looked like it had that gritty, neon-drenched 80s vibe, like Lethal Weapon meets Sim City. I figured I'd patrol the opening 20 minutes and see if it's guilty of wasting my time, or if it's an instant recommend. The Precinct is an indie police sim developed by Fallen Tree Games and published by Kwalee. It blends top-down driving, open-world patrolling and procedural callouts in a stylized 1980s-inspired city. Your cast is a rookie cop trying to clean up the streets, or at least survive your first week. The goal? Juggle everyday duties with high-speed chases, shootouts, and the general chaos of urban law enforcement. You know, standard stuff, minus the donuts.
Ah! Whoa! Got a wild one here! Try to restrain him!
Story. The story here is told through in-game dialogue and a few cutscenes, all of which I skipped as per the 20 Minute Gamer protocol. We serve gameplay first around here. Still, the premise is straightforward enough. You're the new recruit paired with a mentor on your first shift. Classic buddy cop setup. All that's missing is the saxophone solo and exploding coffee shop. Your shift kicks off with a literal bang, a bank robbery gone sideways, complete with a car chase that would make Michael Bay blush.
Suspect vehicle last spotted in Litchfield.
From there, it's a series of smaller missions where you meet your fellow officers, issue parking fines, and get a lift in a helicopter. It's more Reno 911 than The Wire, but it has its charm. The story doesn't exactly slap the cuffs on your intention, but it might flash the badge and get a raised eyebrow. Score, 6 out of 10. Controls. Control-wise, it's relatively smooth, at least for the first 20 minutes. You're mostly walking, driving, or navigating menus, and nothing here feels like it's resisting arrest. Driving handles well, even if your character runs like they're late for a Zumba class. There's a nice little feature with the bumpers that brings up your call-out menus, though opening them whilst driving slows down time instead of pausing it. It's great for dramatic effect, less great when you accidentally plow into a hot dog stand mid-chase. Issuing citations is oddly satisfying. It's like the game knows I'm a dad who wants to indulge my fantasy of being a passive-aggressive traffic warden. I also appreciated the range of interactions, from ordering suspects to comply, calling them back up, and slapping a ticket on an illegally parked car. It's more paperwork than punishment, but it all adds up.
Excellent! That handbook will help you stick to the rules. Graffiti is a type of vandalism, and only warrants a fine. Picasso there surrendered as soon as he saw us, so we didn't need to arrest him.
Score, 7 out of 10. Atmosphere. Now here's where the game really earns its stripes. The atmosphere is top-notch. We're talking drenched in neon, rainy streets, synthy cityscapes. It's got that throwback cop show aesthetic nailed down. If Blade Runner had less existential dread and more jaywalking tickets, it'd look like this. There's a nice rhythm to the shift cycle too. You finish your shift, return to your desk, and then start fresh. It's strangely immersive. I could easily see this turning into one of those just one more day kind of games. The polish on display is commendable. It may be an indie title, but it doesn't look like one. Score, 9 out of 10. Music and sound. The soundtrack slaps. In the face, in the best way. The music's less Blade Runner synthwave and more jazzy, percussive 80s cop show, which is a refreshing change of pace. The ambient background music during patrols was really nice, and when the action kicked in during chases or shootouts, the soundtrack cranked up the tension without ever feeling forced.
Freeze! Drop your weapons! Hold on! It was a choice. Take him down!
Dialogue is fully voiced and surprisingly decent, convincingly cheesy in a I've seen every cop drama kind of way. Sound effects are on point too. Sirens, radio chatter, screeching tires, it's all here. If anything, I just found myself skipping through dialogue quicker than it was delivered. A touch more urgency in the pacing would perhaps help keep things brisk.
People are allowed to use parking bays until the meter expires.
Score, 8 out of 10. Graphics and style. Graphically, this thing is pretty slick. We've got reflections on puddles, moody lighting, and really solid urban design. Everything from the police station floors to the layouts of the streets has a sense of place. It's not going to compete with AAA titles on fidelity, but stylistically it punches above its weight. I love the little details. Traffic pulls over when your lights go on, and the comic book character portraits are a fun touch. That said, I did find the jogging animation to be a bit suspect. It's halfway between Power Walk and Oh no, I've shit my pants. Not game breaking, but hard to unsee once noticed. Score, 8 out of 10. Gameplay. So what did I actually do in 20 minutes? Well, it started with a cinematic bang, gunfire and tyre smoke, then quickly settled into a rhythm of more routine patrol work. I chased down robbers, issued parking tickets, and eventually piloted a helicopter to help track suspects. Honestly, I really enjoyed the more grounded stuff. Responding to graffiti complaints and slapping fines on dodgy parking jobs was weirdly addictive. The helicopter stuff looked cool, but it was essentially just holding a button and circling overhead like a vulture in uniform. It felt like the game was trying to give me a taster of everything up front, which is not a bad move, but it did leave me wondering what kind of cop I'm supposed to be. Dirty Harry or Desk Duty Dave. That said, it's fun. Not groundbreaking, but fun. There's enough here to get your sirens wailing, and it doesn't demand too much in return. Score, 7 out of 10. Final verdict. Is this worth 20 minutes? The Precinct isn't trying to reinvent the badge. It just wants to give you a fun time with some flashing lights, a few car chases, and a stack of parking tickets. And in that, it does succeed. If you're after a pure simulation experience, then this might be a little bit too arcadey. But if you want something that's easy to jump into, oozes 80 cop show energy, and lets you shout freeze at your monitor, then I say case closed. Worth the 20 minutes.
Even if the initial crime only warrants a fine, once a perp commits an arrestable crime, you gotta make the arrest.
Final score, 8 out of 10.
Assistance is available. Suspect vehicle last spotted on Fenwick intersection 4.
So what's your favourite police game? Are you more of a Police Quest veteran or a GTA Chaos cop? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, cuff that like button and subscribe for more bite-sized breakdowns. I cover retro games, new releases, and everything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
We got a 10:15. Pursuit has been terminated.
Copy that, 84. All units stand down. I repeat, stand down.
Whew, you did good, kid. Not everyone handles a pursuit like that on their first day.